Hello everyone. It's a beautiful morning to capture some moments, and I'm excited to see what interesting topic we'll dive into today. And here it is, folks, today's main character, our outdoor thermometer. As you can see, it's having a bit of trouble. But that's okay. Alright, let's get started fixing it. First, you need to figure out how to handle it. We can't just tap it and hope for a miracle. The simplest step right now is to remove the battery and check if there's any power left. Taking the battery out seems easy, but don't underestimate it. If you rush, you could scratch the contacts, damage the circuitry, or even cause the battery to leak. A little caution now saves a lot of trouble later. Can you see this clearly? I bet not many of you are familiar with it. These are two round batteries, commonly used in small devices like clocks, remote controls, or tiny sensors. To settle any doubts, I've got two fresh batteries here to pop into that outdoor thermometer and see what happens. Stay tuned. If it works, it proves that the thermometer itself is perfectly fine. The only issue was a drained battery. As you can see, this outdoor thermometer is perfectly fine. It just needed a fresh battery to get back to work. But I know you might not believe me, so to be sure, I'll measure the voltage of the two old batteries right now. Adjusting this voltmeter is quite simple. You just turn the knob like I'm doing here. Nothing complicated at all. The first battery is almost completely drained, with just a tiny bit of power left. This one isn't any better either. Both batteries are completely dead, truly ready to be tossed into the trash. The next step, everyone, is to follow me carefully. Take a small knife and gently scrape the two terminals of the battery. The goal here is to remove any oxidation or dirt on the surface, ensuring better electrical contact when you insert it into the thermometer. Make sure to hold the battery steady, scrape slowly, and avoid slipping. After scraping the positive and negative terminals of the two batteries, the next step is cleaning them. Take some multi-purpose oil and a soft tissue or cloth to wipe the surfaces of the batteries. This removes any remaining grime or tiny oxidation spots that scraping didn't fully address, and it improves electrical contact when reinstalled into the thermometer. This is the most important step to revive the two round batteries. We'll use an old phone charger, still functional but no longer in regular use. Here's an important tip. Choose a charger with low power output, slow and mild charging. Charging too fast or too strong can overheat the battery and risk damaging it. A healthy battery needs gentle care, just like tending a small plant, to ensure everything happens safely and effectively. Except for the USB end of the cable that's plugged into the charger, separate the other end into two individual wires. That's right, you've already guessed my plan. Quite simple, isn't it? If you've been watching DIY videos for a while, this method of charging probably isn't new to you. And for those new to DIY with the same passion, don't worry, it just takes a bit of patience and practice to get used to these little tricks. During the charging step for these two batteries, simply tape one wire to one terminal of the battery. For the other terminal, use your hand to hold the wire against the opposite end. It may sound simple, but this allows current to flow gently through the battery, enough to charge it without overloading. Make sure to do it slowly, keep the wire steady, and always prioritize safety during this process. When you touch the battery and feel it slightly warm, that's your cue to stop charging. At this point, the battery has absorbed enough energy for the moment. There's no need to overdo it, as charging too long could overheat the battery and reduce its lifespan. Keep a close eye and only feel for gentle warmth. Don't let it get too hot. I've demonstrated the first battery, so now repeat the same charging method with the second one. Follow the same steps. Tape one wire to a terminal, hold the other wire with your hand, and watch until the battery feels slightly warm before stopping. Keep a steady hand and go slowly to ensure safety and effectively revive the battery. All done. Before putting the batteries back into the thermometer, let's check their voltage with a meter to see how effective the charging process was. Once we're sure the batteries have enough power, we can reinstall them and enjoy the results. This check ensures everything works properly and avoids the risk of putting in a partially charged battery. If you tend to be skeptical, rest assured, what you're seeing right now is real, not a dream. This method really works better than you might expect. Sometimes it helps to open your mind a little and accept the reality. Not everything complicated is trustworthy, and simple solutions can often bring surprisingly good results. We've completed the journey of reviving these tiny batteries. Seeing the outdoor thermometer working perfectly again, it becomes clear that DIY isn't just about fixing or assembling. It's about savoring moments and learning from seemingly small things. Every step, scraping the battery, cleaning it, choosing the right charger, and noticing it warm up, is a lesson in patience, precision, and care. Small details that seem insignificant can bring great joy, and each little success builds confidence to tackle the next challenge. When everything runs smoothly again, you realize that the joy of DIY comes not only from fixing, but also from understanding how things work, feeling the connection between the parts, and seeing yourself grow with every experience. It's a moment where every small action feels meaningful. And as you watch the thermometer tick steadily, that's when you truly feel the simple yet profound happiness that DIY can bring. That's the true spirit of DIY: exploring, experimenting, appreciating the details, and enjoying every single moment, no matter how small.